Hi, my name is Craig, and this is my Authortube channel. And I figured for this first video, we would do the Authortube newbie tag questions. I figured that would be a good way for you guys to get to know me a little bit better. I can introduce myself a little bit more and kind of learn about what we have planned for this particular channel. So we're just going to go ahead and jump right in to the first question, which is, what's your book's pitch? If you have multiple works, choose your favorite. So this first book, the whole reason why I'm doing this Authortube channel is actually this debut novel that I'm writing. And the pitch for it is that there's an artificially intelligent automaton from an age thousands of years in the past, and it's discovered by an inventor and his family. So it gets reprogrammed, it has to protect this inventor and his family. However, they ended up getting kidnapped, and now it must find this family that it is programmed to protect. But during that journey, it finds out that there's a lot more to its past than it could have ever known. So hopefully throughout the progress videos and various vlogs and such like that, you guys can kind of join in on that journey and see how that comes out. So number 2, if you were a book, how would you pitch yourself? If I was personally a book, I would pitch myself, I am kind of a jack of all trades. I've done quite a bit in terms of various artistic things. I've performed, I'm a theater actor, I've done a couple of short films. I've done short form improv comedy. I've also written a couple of screenplays as well. So I've kind of dabbled in a bunch of different things. So as I pitch myself, I'm kind of artistically all around, I guess you could say. So that would be my own pitch. Question number 3, what do you usually write? So I have been writing a lot of screenplays, which are more like drama. In terms of author and writing novels, I'm focusing on fantasy with a dabble of sci-fi, maybe steampunk, and various other things as well. But mostly fantasy will be my go-to genre. Now, question number 4, what's something you'll never write? Actually, you know what? I don't know if there would be anything I'll never write, because I've got a lot of different ideas, a lot of different things that could take place. So I don't want to say I'll never write it, because who knows? Maybe I will one day. Question number 5, what's your goal for starting an Authortube channel? My main goal for this Authortube channel is actually more of a progress video of my writings, because again, I'm doing my debut novel. I'm also doing screenplays. So there might be some film talk, there might be some novel talk, as well as I'm also a voice actor as well. So I do all that as well. So I might be writing stuff for like a audiobook or a audio play, I guess you could say. So there might be a couple of different things along with those as well. But obviously with it being Authortube, it's going to be focused on my main novel and series. Question number 6, what made you want to start writing? What made me want to really start writing was that I had this particular idea and I just felt like there was no other way to get it out. So that what is really causing me to really go forward into writing this book. In terms of writing in general, I've been writing for quite a bit, actually. I've written a couple of screenplays. I've started writing various short stories back when I was in middle school and high school. So I've always kind of been always writing to a certain extent. Question number 7. What's your publishing path? Self-published, traditional publishing, hybrid, haven't decided yet, or just for fun? I think I'm more on the haven't decided yet. I know I'm going to kind of look more into traditional publishing, but if that doesn't go right, or if that doesn't seem where I want to go at that time, then I'm definitely going to be looking at self-publishing. Question number 8, what content do you bring to the Authortube table? Like I said before, I'm a little bit of a jack of all trades in a few different areas. So I feel that I will be able to kind of continue that jack of all trades vibe into the content that I'm producing. So even though it's going to be mainly focused on Authortube and, the book writing and the novel writings, there is going to be a couple of things that might pop up where I'm talking about a screenplay that I'm doing. And I feel like that might bring a different perspective on how we write and how we do things when it comes to novel writing and various things like that. So I'm feeling that hopefully with my other areas, that's what I'm going to bring to the table, is a different perspective. Question number 9, what's your biggest writing struggle? I feel like my biggest writing struggle will have to be focusing on one project at a time, because I have a couple of different stories up in my head right now, even right now as we speak, and trying to focus on on one to get it completely done, ready to go is kind of where I struggle. So going back and forth and then multitasking between them all, that's not going to hurt too much, but I am definitely dedicated and motivated to get these stories out and get them completed. Question 10, what's your best writing skill? I'll be honest, I feel a little untested in that particular area, so I'm really excited to kind of venture forth and see where that might be at. And then question 11, do you schedule your writing sessions or simply get to writing whenever you can find the time? I have to schedule my writing sessions. I do, might grab my pen or paper real quick and write a couple of things down. But when it comes to a true writing session, I definitely have to plan them out just because that way I get myself in that mindset and I tend to do I'll be a lot more productive during those scheduled writing sessions. Yeah. So question 12, do you type on a computer, typewriter, write everything out by hand, or use a blend of those? And where do you write in general? So I use a blend. I'm one of those people who enjoys writing by hand on things. However, when it comes to actually getting stuff out and completed, that's when I'll use a computer. I do want to type on a typewriter at some point, maybe do a whole book or a whole project on a typewriter. That would be kind of cool. And where do I write in general? Generally, it's either between home or I usually go to a favorite coffee shop and write there. Sometimes with other writers and sometimes just on my own. So that is the Authortube newbie tag questions. Hopefully you learned a little bit about me and it was kind of a good introduction to who I am, what I have done, and what I plan on doing for this channel. I'm really excited to just be a part of Authortube at this point, to be honest with everyone. I'm so excited to kind of start this journey, kind of see who we get to meet, what communities we get to be a part of. So if you are an author, please comment, introduce yourself down below. Give me some ideas, send a comment on what videos I should make, as well as what your guys' projects are currently at, and various things like that. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here. And until next time, we'll see you around. I see a lot of people do this, so we're just... There we go. We did it. We did the hand to the camera thing. There we go.